Welcome. Alright, it's been a few days since I was streaming any work on this, my Linktree clone. Today, what I'm planning on doing first is going through and adding some types to the context and inputs of my various controllers or service methods on the routers. TRPC talk. Yeah, because I've just sort of been neglecting that so far, and I want to go back and add some type safety, all the nice things. And then I have a few console errors related to some front end things I'm going to try and clean up too. So that's where I'll get started. Okay, I think I have this whole file's been typed at this point. So I can move on to my post. I don't think I need this at all anymore. Posts. No, we don't need posts. This was an example. And I can delete it from here as well. And here. Auth is a little different. Yeah, it doesn't use the same pattern that I have here for these other modules, profile and user, so I will go ahead and get these typed. User ID, DTO, data transfer object, in case you're not familiar with that lingo. In this case, it's just typings for the payload that I'm sending from the front end. Type of user ID schema. Profile DTO. I messed that up. That's why I wasn't getting auto completion there. I think that's it for profile, so I can go to the service. I'll do two things. I will pull in the context type from 2 levels up in TRPC, and I'll get started typing these contexts and the inputs where applicable, which would be those DTOs we just created. What did I call that? just profile by ID. Cool. And the same thing pretty much here. Context, input, profile by user, ID, DTO. This will help in the future when working on, if I have to work on these particular service methods again. If I mess anything up, I'll have better type safety and it'll scream at me, which is always what we want. Oops. And input, delete profile, PTO. Do I not have one of those? Oh, I forgot to make that. That's all good. So user schema will basically go back down and do the same thing as we were doing our profile. We pull that up just so I make sure I get everything right. Okay, so I already have the user sign up one. That's good. Oh wait, that's all I need. I probably actually already have this in the user service too. I'll just import context. Cool. Not sure what I'm doing here. That looks not right. It's like I'm creating a user profile. No, creating a user and grabbing the, oh, this doesn't look right at all. I'll have to see what happens when I create an account and see if the profile's coming back or if, yeah, that shouldn't work. Unless I'm creating the profile at the same time I'm creating the user, then that definitely shouldn't work. Oh, I know what it is. It's I'm creating the profile. This is me creating the profile at the same time I'm creating the user, and I'm taking the handle from the input. So this should work just fine. This is actually what gives us the handle in the first place. And sort of bootstraps the information in the profile model by giving us the handle so that we actually have one created later on so that we could add links to it without having to create it then. That makes sense. I don't like red squigglies though. So in the sign up DTO, we have profile handle required, optional. That doesn't make any sense. Let's put that back for now. Oops. It's true that might not be available because it's nested like that, but how do I do that? Just assert that it's going to be there. Yeah, there we go. It's required on the front end, so it's not going to make it past form validation without it. I'm not worried about it. Okay, I think that takes care of the typing of the services that I wanted to do. And I know I have a few front end errors that I want to clear up, so let's go check that out. Okay, in one of my icons, I have a legit HTML attribute that needs to be a React-like attribute, so I'll fix that one. That's in my UI package here, in my icons. Look for pencil. What is this? I'll just take them off. Where's the pencil? Okay, my draggable items aren't getting proper unique key, so I need to fix that. My navigation link isn't getting a proper unique key. I just recently changed the way those links were being rendered, and this one I'm not sure about. Something not matching what's rendered on the client server. And with Next.js, sometimes you just can't avoid that, especially with things like drag and drop. That stuff doesn't all get rendered on the server side anyways. Not appropriately. Let's take a look at the navigation links first. Yep, this isn't getting a key. I'm just gonna pass the index at this point because these don't ever change. And I'll grab the index here. These are statically generated from this data up here, so I don't really have to worry about them changing dynamically in the course of the render lifecycle. So I think it's okay to just let that use its index. These also need key, and probably the same situation. It's the same set of data. Draggable. All right, this will be in my links page where I have the drag and drop components, which will be pages. No. Components links. Link list. Nope. Link row. Draggable. It's getting an index. Oh, it's not getting a key, maybe? Link ID, that should be working just fine. Spam emails. Draggable style div. Let's take a look at this. I don't need that there. So maybe that's what it was complaining about, that particular thing was getting a key not unique to anything else in its list. And it didn't really even need one because it wasn't a top level iteration. Oh, that was it. Cool. This one, I know what's happening here. I think it's because the session isn't being resolved during the server-side rendering step. It's not resolving until it gets to the client and then getting the token from local storage. And so it's actually not rendering any of the authenticated data on the client or on the server side, which is fine with me. Yeah. Yeah, and that's causing the very first pool of the data to fail, but obviously it's getting it here without any issue, so that's cool with me. And now this one, data RDB droppable context ID did not match server. Yeah, this keeps it differing. Let's see if it differs again. Seems like every time I refresh it, it's gone up one. Interesting. I have no idea. Doesn't seem to affect the functionality at all, so I think I might just not worry about that. Wow, so we're 20 minutes into the stream and I've already taken care of everything I thought I would take care of. Let's see, so what's next for this? This is the Linktree clone. What it doesn't have already is it's not displaying profile by handle. For one, it's not checking for unique handle on sign up, which is something I might be able to pull off here. The profile section here doesn't have an avatar, and it's also not been styled. I'm gonna save that, I think, for another day because I need to figure out where I'm gonna host the image files and figure that out. Probably S3 or something like that. I already have an article pulled up right here that I was referring to earlier. The appearance is a whole, it's gonna be a whole to do. Basically, I'm gonna have them able to, well, I'll show you here in the Linktree admin. I'll log in over here. Yeah, the appearance, oops. It's where you can pick your themes adjust your backgrounds, your link image, your link styles, and everything like that. I'm gonna have the ability to do that just basically the same way they do, but I plan on using, because I'm using rather what's it called, Stitches CSS and JS library, and it has the concept of variants. Basically I can just pass a keyword down and it's going to choose from any number of pre-configured style sets, and that's how I'll do that there. I'll just give the end user the ability to pick any one of those keywords for each component that they plan on styling, and then it'll just map to a predefined variant. And so if I ever want to add new ones, it's just a matter of adding another variant and giving the end user the ability to select it on the front end. Which if I do correctly, I might be able to just pull that configuration out, pass it as like a list of, I don't know what I'm saying. Pull that configuration out, use it to populate the options on the front end, as well as feed it into the components themselves so that I don't have to duplicate that data anywhere, which might be nice. It's also the settings page, which as you see is just sort of stubbed out the same as appearance right now. Basically just using the same template as profile and holding space. Last time I worked on this, I worked on, getting responsive styles looking okay here. That's good. So yeah, I guess what I have to do today would maybe work on the sign up form and get it to check for unique handles, which I don't know if I even have handle as being unique in the database right now. I don't. So that'd probably be a good place to start. Let's try that out. Unique. And it might fuss at me here. Sorry, this is off screen, but do you want to create and apply this migration? Yes. Enter name for migration, add unique restraint to user handle. Sweet, that worked. And now the front end stuff. Cool. I was worried that that wasn't going to work. I'm quite new to Prisma, but I'm loving it so far. I like the notion of having a single interface to work with any number of different databases on the back end, whether it be Postgres, MySQL, SQLite, etc. But just having one single schema definition language and not having to worry about rewriting migrations by hand or anything like that. It basically just diffs the schema every time and can generate those SQL migrations themselves, as you can see here. Okay. All right, I need to look up Formic async validation. Yeah. I want that. I wanted to check that before you submit anything else, so you don't have to end up typing in a password twice. I'm thinking. But everything else is handled in one go. Like, well, no, it's not. Everything right now is handled when you click the thing, so it's. I think it's fine to just have that handle as unique. Which is going to require a little bit of backend work to make an endpoint for checking if a user ID or a handle exists already. It shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. And then the front end stuff. So we should probably start with the back end stuff. It's gonna send a handle only. Export const. Check handle availability schema. Check handle available schema. C dot object handle C dot string. Handle is required. These don't get shown on the front end. This is just in case my request is missing it. I'll see it in the logs. And I'll create that DTO like we were doing before. Handle available. DTO. Check handle available. DTO. All right, now. All right, the service for that. Is this music too loud? I can't tell. It's a little too loud for me. looking for a boolean to come back essentially. So I will try to fetch a user, and if there's not a user, we're good to go. Oh, wait. We're having to check if a profile exists with this handle, not a user, because the handle is on the profile. Oh, did I accidentally? There we go. What's going on here? Context doesn't implicitly. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Cool. Oops. Profile. And we need a route here. Or check handle availability. It is a public procedure. The input is the check handle available schema, and the query is just going to pass off to. I like putting context first. It just feels better. I just realized this one here has an arity of 2 instead of just an object being passed in, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to go refactoring right now. All right, so that should all work on the back end. Here's our validation with our terrible email validation. Regex. I hate this regex. It doesn't actually work for all valid email addresses at this point, which is something I need to fix because I have one that doesn't even work on it, and that bothers me. If my own email won't work on my own email validation, then something's wrong. Let's see. Handle is required. Let me look this up over here. Formic async validation. I wonder if I can have field level validation and form level validation at the same time. Validation is what I'm looking for. Sorry, this is boring and I'm not bringing it on screen just because I don't know. You don't want to just watch me surf the internet. Oh, here we go. Async validation. I'll pull this over now that I found it. I believe it's just a matter of only available when using with Formic. Let me make sure I'm doing that. I am using the hook. Okay. Oh, how am I going to use... I'm going to have to pass the... Is that going to work? I might have to pass the... API client into the validation function. Let me see if I can use field level validation on top of things. Can I use field level validation? Okay, so I can do field level validation and top level validation. My cat's trying to get in. Oh, hey, get out of here. Get. No cats today. I don't think I'm using... Yeah, I'm not using the... Do I have to use the field components? Okay, I can't. So field level validation is out. It'll have to be form level. It'll have to be async form level. I guess the challenge here would be passing in I guess I can make it an async function too. Maybe. Yes. Let's see. I might have to make a thunk or something here where it'll pass in and return the validation function. Where is my form? Here it is. Actually, I think I can just get away with doing this and calling validate with API. Values. API. No, hold on. I need to const check handle availability equals API dot profile Pretty sure queries get called upon page load, and that's not what I want. I need to check use query option and see if I can block it from initially running. I can set enabled to false. Oh, I'll have to put undefined first. Oh wait, wrong one. Undefined, enabled, false. Oh no, undefined. I might be able to manually refetch it instead. Where was I just looking ahead? Here we go. Refetch. Yes, refetch is the method that will come off user query, and I can just use that. Oh shit. For some reason my music stopped. Check handle availability. Passing that in as the second prop. we're making this async. Available equals await. Oh, and we're gonna pull this into check. Check handle available. Availability. Availability. So what we're going to want is the opposite of this. That might be more clear if I send the opposite here. So I'm casting it to Boolean with the first two. Then I'm casting it to the opposite over here. And I'll just say is handle available. And this will return in the affirmative if it's available, which is what we want. It's just a little more clear, a little easier to understand. If not handle available, check errors dot profile equals errors or object errors dot profile handle equals handle is not available. Errors. This should work. Let's go with Big Joe. Oops. It's not a function. Oh, it's an object. So let's see. It's probably an object that has the method on it or something. We'll try that again. What did I do wrong? I feel like I did that already. I feel like I probably broke something somewhere else by... I swore I had done that already. This. Make sure we're good to go. We'll refresh. Password mismatch. I did password. Yes. Password. Bad request. Received undefined. It's a Zod error. Okay. Let me make sure we got our Zod information correct. That'll be here in the schema. It'll just be an object with handle. Is that not what I'm sending through? Undefined. Oh. I'm just going to change this to mutation. This is too convoluted. All right. It's not a real mutation. Semantically. Functionally, it is. For our purposes, anyways. That shouldn't have fired yet. It's definitely defined. Come on. Availability. Check. Handle. Availability. Is it availability? I can't even remember how to spell now. It's availability. Wow. Oh. Um, profile where find unique. I did do my DB correctly, right? Handles unique. It seems to be hitting the back end though, so that means this is all working well. And it's sending the right thing through, so that's good. I guess the problem is on the back end. What I wanted. Cool. And it didn't let me sign up. What's going on there? Unique constraint email. Okay, cool. I don't necessarily want to let someone know that that email is taken, though. That feels like a bad idea to let someone know that, hey, here's half the information that you need to log into this account because you've guessed an email that has an account. But at the same time, from the end user experience, trying to sign up, and I mean, obviously I should put some sort of messaging here, but I don't want that messaging to end up being, here's half the account information, by confirming that an email address has an account. So what I could easily do now is set up another endpoint to check if the email's available and basically just run us through the same thing all over again that I just did. Or I can go start dinner. Like I said, I was supposed to do a half hour ago. So I think I'm going to opt for that right now. This was a very productive stream. I like that. All right. Have a good evening. I'll check you next time.